What's up, guys? This video is hurting me to make right now. It's not car related. The title may lead some people believe this is related to the truck. Everything's fine on that end. The truck's fine. First off, right now, I apologize this video is going to be because it's emotional for sure for me. I'm also sick myself right now. I say it like that's something someone else is sick right now. I'm running a low-grade fever with really bad nausea and heartburn and all that jazz. It's been an eventful day for sure for me. This may be a lot of you guys hearing this for the first time. Probably majority of my close friends I probably know already what I'm about to talk about, but I guess for some backstory. So 2 years ago, back before I had 100 subscribers, I did a video series where I was highlighting my grandmother. A lot of people may remember those videos. Well, I don't know about a lot of people because the channel is almost 8 times the size it was in subscribers back then, what it was back then. A lot of you guys may remember those videos, maybe, if you've been around since 2017, early 2017, I should point it out in particular, like February, March. I lost my grandmother to stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And I did several videos highlighting her health and eventually her loss of that fight, which played into a huge part. Not as much where everything started, but it was where all of my, mental health issues were ramped up, where they've been ever since. My grandmother was kind of an idol for me as a kid. She was just this really sweet woman, and she was the kind of grandmother that I wish that everyone could have. She was supportive of my dreams. I mean, she loved the YouTube channel. It's the reason it's kept its name for so long. The Roast Tire's name was because of her. And she bought my first guitar, my Squire acoustic guitar. She bought my Letterman jacket, which was a $600 jacket. She bought my class ring, which I currently think have it sitting right here. Yeah, it's right here. Which I'll show you guys because this is, one of the last gifts I received from her. This is my class ring from high school. It's I think 24 karat gold. It's got an amethyst. I don't know if it's amethyst. I don't know. It's my birthstone. I was born in August. And it's got all these really cool engravings from the high school I went to when I played football and all that stuff. But yeah, 2 years ago she lost her battle with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and it destroyed me, to say the least. It was one of several things that happened in 2017 that pushed me to that dark place that many go to and carry things out. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep it advertiser friendly to an extent. I've lost several people from my graduating class that have gone to that dark place and just haven't been able to get out of it. And to be honest, I'm surprised I've been able to. But unfortunately, it's looking like we're about to have a repeat of 2017. Hopefully not in the sense of losing my family member that I'm about to bring up, but the constant anxiety of the treatment schedule, seeing, just the health status depreciate in a sense. For those of you I haven't talked to yet, I'm unfortunately bringing you guys the news. My mom has breast cancer. Thankfully, it is stage 0, so they've caught it extremely early. But it still brings back memories from my grandmother's case. And granted, this is a completely different case. The cancer is not as aggressive. But just the thought process of what could happen. I'm one of those kinds of people that can't just believe that the doctor says everything's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. That's what they told my grandmother, and look what happened to her. So the anxiety I'm having right now is more about relapse than it is about getting the initial stuff out. I'm very afraid of it being metastatic, just like my grandmother's was. My mom has reassured me, several times the last 5 hours since I figured out that everything will be fine. But I've got, the worst fears right now. like I said, it's been caught early, so hopefully, there isn't too much she has to go through, but I'm, you know, I honestly don't know. I'm in such just a wreck right now. Just hearing the news. It's scary. I trust the doctors enough to where they can get their job done, and hopefully my mom comes out fine. But just the thought process I've been having reminded me so much of what happened to my grandmother, because they told her she was done after her first round, and then it came back with a vengeance and took her in 2 weeks. And I'm afraid of the same thing happened to my mom. Could have happened. The possibility's there, but hopefully it's not as bad as what happened to my grandmother. It's very hard, and I was bawling my eyes out earlier, so this is actually good right now that I'm actually being able to hold this in very well. But the reason I'm bringing this up to you guys, it's not for you guys to feel sorry for me. It's so when I have to take days off of uploading during this time frame, when my mom goes into surgery, and if there is any sort of treatment afterwards, such as chemo or radiation, that I can be there with her instead of having to focus on this channel. I've put so much stock into something that gives me no money, that being this YouTube channel, but I still treat it as a job because I feel like I have to, be there to entertain everybody. And right now with this is going to be taking a lot of time away from making content, which sucks because I've had such a hard time making content as it is. But now even more so, on this, with this happening, and I apologize to everyone in advance because I know all the mod videos are going to, take a hit because I may take longer editing them because of her appointments. I may, not be able to film on some days due to it. And it's there's so many thoughts I'm having. And I'm more afraid for the situation with my mom more than anything. I'm not even trying to make this sound like I'm selfish for the YouTube channel. Honestly, like I said, this is something that doesn't give me money. So a lot of people are actually really surprised how much effort I put into this channel without making a dime off of it. And I'm going to continue to do that as best as I can, but I'm apologizing in advance for how the content's going to be over the coming months until everything's either all clear or, I don't even want to get into what else could happen. So, yeah, I've calmed down just a touch now. That's kind of the situation as it stands. And I apologize for another sit down. I know you guys hate these videos, but this was one I couldn't avoid. It's been a rough day. But hopefully things are going to improve. Everything's going to turn out fine in the end, hopefully. I'm hopeful. But I thought I'd just bring it up to everyone's attention. That way, if something does happen, and I'm offline for a few days, for, going to appointments and stuff with my mom, you guys can help me hopefully understand that a little bit. This means, obviously, as well, this can also apply to RT2, that videos on that will slow down a little bit, too, during this time period. I'm going to do my best to upload it as tight as I can on my schedules, but I want you guys to, understand that if there's any sort of demeanor changes in videos or anything like that in the coming months, because, I've already, I already have, issues with that and depression and stuff like that. It's clinical. It's been diagnosed by a psychiatrist as, true depression. I wouldn't say it's true depression because everyone has like an old miniature depression. But this isn't helping my case right now. I did that video so many months ago about the mental health thing, and I was recovering really well. I was, bouncing back hard, and this is, a huge blow to that. So I just hope you guys can understand everything right now. It's a very hard time right now, and it's crushing. It's very crushing. Sure, it's very early stage cancer, and it's not invasive right now, but who's to say in, months from now that something could happen, and that's just that's unfortunately the mindset I'm having. I'm usually a pretty positive person, but this is one of those times where I cannot bring myself to be as positive, and it sucks. But I'm hopeful enough that everything's going to play out fine, but I just want to bring it up for you guys at least, so if you guys, if I miss an upload, or an upload isn't up to usual snuff for me, that it was probably taken during a time where, appointments were happening or something like that. And I apologize. So that's all I wanted to bring up for this video. Yeah, I needed to get that off my chest, and you know, I'm sorry for being all emotional in this video, because I know society thinks of men as like this just tough dude that don't cry, but when it comes down to someone that's been a huge part of my life, like my mom, it's tough. So I hope you guys understand what's about to really start happening here on the channel here soon, and unfortunately it's not good. But I'm going to do my best to adhere to my schedule to try to still bring the best content I can. With this happening, I am obviously terrified of what could happen to my mom, but I just got to do my best to keep my head up, and I'm going to try to make that my daily routine, is just to keep my head up. But that's it. I can't really bring myself to talk about anything else. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. See you guys next time. Have a good one.